Hello, it's me again. This week we're doing something a little bit different because the weather is so nice outside that it seems a shame not to be out in it. Also, I have this book and want to do a walk, so you're coming with me.
The London Loop is 150 miles of secret countryside to walk in a green corridor around London. It's broken up into 15 sections ranging from around 7 to 13 miles, and today we are completing section 3, which runs from Jubilee Park to West Wickham Common. It's fairly well signposted with little green and white signs along the route. Each section starts and finishes at a public transport point, which means they're easy and relatively cheap to get to. For us today, we're walking to a nearby train station, and no, those are definitely not walking shoes. I need to invest in a pair before the next section. And there's me walking, pretending I'm not at all uncomfortable with filming myself in public. Soon enough, we arrive at the station, in this case St John's, and being the honest citizens that we are, we tap in despite the fact that there doesn't seem to be any barrier, and then it's time to board the train. At which point we get very excited about the fact that we have snacks. So excited, in fact, that we get a bit carried away and accidentally eat one of them. It's not long before we arrive at Petts Wood, which we discover is in Zone 5, and we can start this section of the walk properly. Now, as someone who grew up in the countryside, it's somewhat strange that each of these walks includes the occasional residential street. Don't get me wrong, there are some very lovely houses, it's just that going for a walk still conjures up the idea of going somewhere rural. But that's not to say that the London Loop is without greenery, far from it in fact. Because for every residential street we walk down, there are several green and leafy paths. Several. Sometimes there's even a little gem to make you feel like you're actually in the countryside. And possibly most surprising of all is just how quiet it can be. And how you can be walking along a little path, minding your own business, when suddenly a great big open space that's actually rather beautiful suddenly sneaks up on you and surprises you when you least expect it. And then, of course, there are other little unexpected surprises that brighten your day because you are, in fact, an 8-year-old boy. Now, if I were better at this kind of video, I'd probably have found some profound conclusions to draw as we once again watch me filming myself, but this time being a little less self-conscious because at least there aren't any people around. But unfortunately, I'm not very deep and meaningful, so I don't have any profound observations to make. Also, I'm about to trip over, so let's just enjoy that moment together. And we'll finish up with some additional shots I filmed, but didn't know what to say over the top. Before finally ending with this shot, where I stayed for quite a while and in fact had a little nap because it turns out that a late night of overindulgence on Friday followed by 4 hours of sleep and then a 9-mile walk doesn't make for the most productive of Saturday afternoons. Who knew?